Listen closely, everyone, and let me tell you about the wonderful life the heavens have bestowed upon me. Handsome, rich, surrounded by women. Yeah, I have none of that. My name is Tion Shun. Every time I step outside, I cause a commotion. You think I'm some kind of celebrity. No, no, no. It's because I'm so incredibly ugly, both literally and figuratively. Ugly enough to frighten small children. I'm used to those heartless whispers by now. Having a face like this isn't easy. It's caused me endless suffering. I doubt any girl would ever like me. Tion Shun looked up at the clouds, half convinced they were mocking him. Does this mean my face is so hideous that even the heavens can't bear to look at it? Suddenly, a piercing horn blared from behind him. Tion Shun spun around, his face a mask of terror. The next thing he knew, a truck sent him flying. The cruel driver even had the audacity to yell, "I'm giving you a 3-star rating. You're so horrifying, you've almost made me crash." Tion Shun began to loathe his miserable existence. So, hitting an ugly person doesn't count as an accident. You hit me because your driving skills are atrocious. How dare you blame my appearance? What crime is it to be ugly? If I had one wish before I die, I hope I won't be burdened with this repulsive face in my next life. I want to know what it feels like to be admired for being handsome. Tion Shun died with that desperate longing, and it seemed the heavens had heard his heartfelt plea. On a clear, moonlit night in another world, a pair of beautiful eyes slowly fluttered open. Expecting to face the fearsome visage of the king of hell, Tion Shun was met with something entirely different. I'm not dead. Where am I? Before him, more than 10 young women bathed and played. This can't be real. Have I been transported to another world? Why am I suddenly dreaming of such a blissful life? The girls glanced in his direction. Oh no, I think they've seen me. He braced himself for their horrified screams and inevitable flight. Instead, 2 of the girls approached him with friendly smiles. They surrounded him, touching his face and cheeks. They were all stunningly beautiful, but they showed no signs of fear. The girl on the left giggled. "We don't bite. Why are you so shy?" The girl on the right added, "You're so pretty. Such fair skin and a delicate frame." Tion Shun had never experienced such a surreal moment. It was a scene every man dreamed of. Seeing Tion Shun's blush deepen, the girls asked with concern, "Little sister, are you all right? Why is your nose bleeding?" Tion Shun stammered, "Little sister." He quickly looked at his reflection in the water. The fair skin was undeniable. Even Tion Shun couldn't deny it. But this feminine appearance. Suddenly, the girls moved closer, starting to undress him. "Come on, let your older sisters help you scrub your back." Tion Shun couldn't resist. And then his decidedly male chest was exposed. Predictably, he was promptly kicked away. A brief introduction. The original owner of this body was also named Tion Shun. He was the young master of a martial arts family, but due to his lack of talent, he was expelled from his home. Tion Shun, burdened by a cruel fate and further humiliated by his family, was given nothing but women's clothing, amplifying his apparent uselessness. Forced to wander in a flamboyant floral dress, he collapsed from exhaustion a few days later, his frail body giving way. Fortunately, a passing girl discovered him and brought him to a place called the Floating Meow Sect. Back in the present, Tion Shun found himself desperately pleading with the sect's sisters, his tongue lolling out, "I was wrong. I truly didn't know this sect didn't accept men." The sisters, one after another, spat in his face. "We've seen plenty of lecherous men like you. Did you think you could fool us?" Even with 10 mouths, Tion Shun couldn't explain himself. "Sisters, this is a genuine misunderstanding. Besides, you were the ones who offered to help me bathe." Just as the sisters were preparing to castrate Tion Shun, a signal announced the arrival of the sect leader. Riding the wind atop her flying sword, the sect leader arrived. Tion Shun stared, dumbfounded, at the sect leader, a woman of exceptional beauty named Yun Ling Chan. A dense, spiritual aura emanated from her. Being the sect leader, she must be reasonable, he thought, clinging to that hope. He immediately clutched her leg and begged, "Sect leader sister." "No need to explain," she interrupted. "Just kill him." In every world, it seemed, no one wanted to hear Tion Shun's explanations. Tion Shun was utterly petrified. Heavens, at least let me say something. The sect leader brandished her sword, intending to send Tion Shun back to his original world. Who told him to be so cheerful about transmigrating before he died? She muttered, "From now on, I'll never speak too soon about anything." Just as Tion Shun was about to give up, a shout echoed from above. Well, someone beat us to it. "Big brother, let's join this little play." A heroic rescue scenario flashed through Tian Shun's mind. Would someone actually save him? Yin Ling Chong went on the defensive, shouting, "Who's lurking out there? How dare you trespass on the floating Miao sect?" A group of menacing figures leaped down from the roof. In the chaos, one of them accidentally severed Tian Shun's bonds. "I am Tian Shun. Many thanks, heroes." These so-called heroes looked more like bandits. Damn, Tian Shun thought. These guys don't look like good people at all. Was I rescued by villains? Their leader, a man with a face almost as ugly as Tian Shun's in his previous life, leered. "Demoness, you've been ruining our fun for far too long. Today, I'll flatten this place and show you why we're known as the Four Great Evildoers." Tian Shun couldn't believe his luck. "I'm dead. Did I pick up the wrong script?" Seeing this, Yin Ling Chong jumped to a conclusion. "So you're all in cahoots." Tian Shun was appalled by the misunderstanding. "Sect leader, sister, you're mistaken. Actually, the leader cut him off with a slap. Now, don't be scared. We're here to capture these demonesses alive. How dare a sect leader let someone ride roughshod over her? Such arrogance." The sect leader drew her sword and charged, the battle about to begin. "The boss is all talk," someone sneered. On the battlefield, he's scared enough to wet himself. Suddenly, a group of women collapsed to the ground. Clutching her head, Yin Ling Chong, the sect leader, staggered. "What have you done?" The second in command revealed a sinister grin. "Nothing much. Just added a little something to your water supply. The floating Miao sect is finished." Tian Shun realized he wasn't in a good position either. His last hope was that the sect leader had also succumbed. The four villains had won without lifting a finger. The third villain grabbed the delicate, beautiful Tian Shun. "Boss, what do we do with this one? Might as well just kill him." Tian Shun's life hung by a thread, his face ashen. "No, don't kill me. I'm at your mercy. Let me surrender first." He humiliatingly knelt and clasped the villain's legs. "Truly, my admiration for you great heroes is like the endless flow of the Yangtze River, like the surging currents of the Yellow River. I only regret meeting you so late and wish I had been born a few years earlier. In short, I beg you heroes to accept me as your disciple. The floating Miao sect is nothing but a name now. Boss, those vixens have been captured as you instructed." He had betrayed his sect's sisters without a second thought. "What are your plans now, great heroes?" The boss licked his lips, a lewd and utterly despicable look in his eyes. "What else?" Of course, visions of pleasure and unspeakable scenes from brothels filled his mind. Fear gripped Tian Shun. He quickly thought of a way out. "I think, perhaps we should take things slowly, little brother thinks." This completely deflated the boss, who roared just like a woman. "Can't even protect yourself, and you want to plead for those devil women." Tian Shun began to calculate, try to manipulate the situation. "Of course not. It's just that your little brother suddenly thought of something important concerning the wealth and honor of you great heroes." The mention of riches and fame immediately piqued the boss's interest. "Wealth and honor. Tell me more." Tian Shun began with flattery. "Although you great heroes are wise and valiant, those vixens dared to oppose you elder brothers, relying only on their numbers." The villains listened intently as Tian Shun offered his plan. "If you could increase your power, these people would naturally kneel in submission, awed by your prestige." He then painted a grand vision, captivating them with his words. "Therefore, we could establish the villain sect, gathering all the wicked under heaven, and in the name of the villain sect, commit all the evil deeds in the world. This would be a sect that embraces the dregs of society. And so, before long, the villain sect would become incredibly famous, and the sect leader would become the leader of the villain sect, the source of all evil in the world, revered and worshipped by all, able to command thousands of troops with a single word, shaking the very foundations of the land." The villains were completely enthralled. Inciting discord was Tian Shun's specialty. Now, what needs to be done is to choose a sect leader and then advertise to recruit talent. The only problem is there's only one position for sect leader. The first villain stepped forward confidently. "That's easy. The sect leader should naturally be me." The third and fourth villains, weapons in hand, jumped up. "What? Are you rebelling?" And so, the villains supposedly brothers in arms, began to attack each other. I'm the sect leader of the villain's sect. Take this. Tian Shun, ever opportunistic, slipped away. You guys keep fighting. Bye-bye. I don't want to get involved with you lot. By the next morning, as the first rays of dawn kissed the horizon, Yun Ling Chong, the sect leader, lay bound like a trussed chicken, tossed haphazardly on the floor. Suddenly, someone burst in from outside. A hand lashed out, grabbing towards the sect leader, startling her. Just as she was about to scream, the figure before her spoke. Sect leader sister, don't shout. I've come to save you. It was Tian Shun, the young man. Yun Ling Chong, bewildered, replied, I was about to execute you earlier, and now you're saving me. Tian Shun, in truth, was looking to exploit the sect leader's authority. He explained it was all a misunderstanding. Besides, a kind-hearted sect leader's sister like you would never do such a thing. Inwardly, he thought, this sect is full of timid girls, and she's the leader. Who knows who to follow anymore? That lot looks like they won't last 3 episodes. What's the point of hanging around with them? Quickly untying her, Tian Shun urged, let's go before they discover us. Feigning naivety, Yin Ling Chong softly said, I truly misjudged you. It seems you weren't one of them after all. A second later, her demeanor shifted, and she pointed her sword at Tian Shun. But you are the true mastermind. Staring at the blade at his throat, Tian Shun's face twisted. Sect leader sister, are you joking? Yin Ling Chong seemed to have descended into full-blown paranoia. First, you commanded the 4 great evildoers to poison everyone, then snuck into the floating Miao sect pretending to be captured. Then you signaled them to attack, and finally, you put on this heroic rescue act. Am I wrong? Tian Shun wanted to retort, your imagination is running wild, sister. What are you thinking? Are you writing a script? Yin Ling Chang's eyes burned with hatred. Enough talk. I'll kill you first. Just then, the villains burst in. The 4th villain yelled, Big brother, we've been tricked by him. I told you not to trust that sissy. The hulking first villain stepped forward, cursing at Tian Shun. So, you were the one acting all high and mighty earlier. No more excuses. Kill this guy first. Seeing Tian Shun's pale face, the sect leader thought, could he actually have come to save me? The first villain raised his blade and charged. At that critical moment, a smoke bomb exploded, filling the air with ice-stinging gas. It took a moment for everyone to recover. The first villain blinked his eyes open. On the bed, only a pair of undergarments remained. Furious at the loss of his 2 prizes, the first villain roared after them. After a chase, Tian Shun and Yin Ling Chong found themselves trapped in a room by the 4 great evildoers. Damn it, we, the 4 great evildoers, are being held back by a single door. Big brother, should we retreat? Once that witch recovers her powers, I fear. The second villain said in a low voice, don't worry. I paid a hefty price for that poison from Old Man Poison. It's colorless and odorless. Just a whiff, and they'll be driven mad with desire, unable to stop themselves. The first villain, still feeling the sting of his loss, grimaced. But if they don't come out, won't that brat take advantage of her? But the most insidious of them all was the second villain. He'd hatched a plan. Eldest brother, you're mistaken. Firstly, this will force them out. Secondly, that which treasures her body and would never allow anyone to defile it. If something happens between those 2 inside, she'll definitely not let that brat off the hook later. With that, he lit an incense stick laced with a potent aphrodisiac. The effects of the aphrodisiac incense quickly took hold. Why am I suddenly so hot? I'm incredibly festy. Yin Ling Chong wasn't faring any better. Unaware of the cause of his sudden discomfort, Tian Shun turned to her and asked, Sect Leader Yun, do you feel? Yun Ling Chong, her face flushed, quickly moved away. It must be some trick of those scoundrels. I can't stay here. Tian Shun reached out and grasped her arm, startling her. She lost her balance and stumbled backward. Tian Shun swiftly caught her. In that moment, something about him seemed strikingly masculine. Yin Ling Chang's eyes flickered, a captivating allure in their depths. Gazing at Yin Ling Chang's lips, as tempting as ripe cherries, Tian Shun, overcome with a desperate impulse, embraced her. A thrill coursed through him. He leaned closer, his lips brushing against hers, and then they kissed, lost in the moment. Just as Tian Shun was swept away by the passion, a voice echoed in his mind. Who's there? He thought, bewildered. The statue behind them, as if imbued with a spirit, spoke. Seek no more. I am here. Tian Shun whirled around, thinking he'd seen a ghost. You can talk. Who are you? In life, I was one of the most powerful cultivators on this continent. The voice began to tempt him. Break the seal. Simply use your blood to anoint this mural and release me. Tian Shun turned his back dismissively, casting a look of utter disdain at the statue. Wu Yixing Jun's voice boomed in outrage. Hold on, I haven't finished. How dare you ignore me? Tian Shun didn't believe in such supernatural nonsense. He saw it as nothing more than empty boasting. If you were truly so powerful, why are you trapped here? He glanced at Yin Ling Chong, lying unconscious on the ground, and realized he was out of options. Tian Shun decided to take a gamble. He bit his finger, drawing blood. I guess I have no choice but to trust this strange being. He smeared his blood in a circle on the statue. Suddenly, the statue radiated a blinding, breathtaking light. Yin Ling Chong collapsed, unconscious on the floor. Tian Shun, fearing the worst, cried out, "Sect leader Yin." Wu Yixing Jun, now materialized in a spectral form, appeared beside him. Don't worry, she's only fainted. Boy, I'll borrow your body for a moment. Leave the rest to me. Moments later, someone emerged from the secret chamber. The villains, their eyes gleaming, watched him approach. You've got some guts coming out here alone. Tian Shun, now possessed by Wu Yixing Jun, spoke with an arrogant air. I was hoping for a bit of exercise, but it seems you're nothing but small fry. I've lost interest. Why don't you just finish yourselves off? Seeing the dramatic change in Tian Shun, one of the villains exclaimed, Eldest brother, has this brat gone mad? I think he's scared out of his wits. The first villain, simple-minded, wanted a quick resolution. Why waste words? Let's get him, brothers. 4 against 1. He'll be crippled if he's not dead. Tian Shun didn't even bother dodging. Activating his protective barrier, he looked at the ragtag group and sneered, idiots. Their blades struck the barrier and snapped in two. With a flick of his wrist, Tian Shun sent the hulking men flying 25 feet. Panic seized the villains. What the hell? He's like a different person. He's too strong. We can't beat him. Boss, what do we do? There's only one thing left. The first villain's solution was pragmatic. Of the 36 stratagems, running away is best. Boss, wait for us. Tian Shun unleashed a secret technique, a playful grin spreading across his face. It's been a while since I used this. I wonder if I'm still rusty. The sword in his hand seemed to sprout tentacles, chasing after the fleeing villains. Spiritual energy transformed into ropes, binding them tightly. The 4 large men fell flat on their faces. Enough playing. Wu Yixing Jun's spirit departed, leaving Tian Shun's body useless once more. Yin Ling Chong rushed out from the secret chamber and caught him as he slumped. What happened? Where are the 4 great evildoers? Tian Shun's eyes were glued to her ample bosom. Sect leader, sister, you're awake. He drooled, offering a weary explanation. Just now, sister said she was an ancestor of the sect and wanted to borrow my body to chase away those scoundrels. I don't know what happened after that. Yin Ling Chong quickly checked Tian Shun's pulse, her thoughts racing. There's no trace of cultivation on him, no spiritual energy. Could it really have been a sect ancestor? Tian Shun is still as useless as ever. Nothing's changed. How long do you intend to lie there? Tian Shun hastily wiped his drool and scrambled to his feet. Yin Ling Chong spoke slowly. It seems I misjudged you. Though you trespassed into my sect, you protected it this time. I have nothing to offer as repayment, only myself. I hope you won't refuse. Yin Ling Chang's offer was unexpectedly bold. Tian Shun couldn't refuse. Say no more, sect leader sister. I accept. Yin Ling Chong seemed to have been waiting for those words. Her voice turned cold. Very well. You can stay as a handyman. She had just sentenced him to servitude, cleaning toilets and feeding pigs. I don't want to be a handyman. I want to offer myself. Why isn't this going according to plan? In the end, Tian Shun found himself toiling away in the storage room, cursing his fate. Other people transmigrate and become kings and generals. Why am I stuck like this? A set of clothes was thrown in his face. The injury was minor, the humiliation immense. A woman approached, ordering him around like a dog. Don't be lazy. There's a mountain of work waiting. Tian Shun, the useless man, wanted to rebel, but he couldn't. These women all knew martial arts, while he was physically weak, without even the chance to resist. As if understanding his thoughts. You want to become strong. Why not seek me out? It turned out that after a nap, Wu Yixing Jun had returned. Tian Shun cursed, You monster. I called you earlier, but you didn't answer. You were hiding somewhere laughing at me, weren't you? Wu Yixing Jun wiped the drool from the corner of his mouth and offered a cursory explanation. I was sealed for too long, and helping you out earlier consumed a lot of my spiritual energy, so I had no choice but to fall into a temporary slumber. Tian Shun asked suspiciously, you just said you could help me become strong. You're not lying to me, are you? Wu Yixing Jun seemed to have been waiting for this question. He began to lay out his conditions. Of course, as long as you accept me as your master, I will help you. But I have very strict requirements for my disciples. Before Wu Yixing Jun could finish, Tianxin pulled up his pants and stood up, complaining. Before, you said you could help me get justice, and now you want to take you as my master. It seems you're completely unreliable. Forget it. Wu Yixing Yun fits it. Countless people beg to become my disciples, and you dare to call me unreliable. Wu Yixing Jun angrily shoved Tian Shun's head into the toilet. You little brat, call me master. Stroking his chin, Wu Yixing Jun looked at him expectantly. Before you officially begin cultivating, I will introduce you to the cultivation system of this world. Spiritual qi is the foundation of cultivation in this world. Any cultivation technique requires the consumption of spiritual qi. The higher the realm, the greater the capacity to store spiritual qi, and the purer the spiritual qi becomes. Furthermore, based on the strength of spiritual qi, there are a total of 8 realms: unsurpassed, heaven-stepping, silver moon, earth-supporting, profound jade, nascent sovereign, qi condensation, and body tempering. Except for body tempering, all other realms are further divided into 9 minor levels. Wu Yixing Jun continued to speak eloquently to Tian Shan. If you truly want to embark on the path of cultivation, body tempering is the first hurdle. However, Tian Shan's inner thoughts were filled with self-doubt. Body tempering, but I'm a useless one of my family. I failed at body tempering, which is why I was expelled from my clan. Wu Yixing Jun spoke firmly, giving Tian Shan hope. The useless one of a clan is not necessarily truly useless. So, your Tian Shun has been playing the pig to eat the tiger. Before entering your body, I thoroughly investigated your background. In reality, not only are you not useless, but you possess an extremely rare bloodline, one unseen in 1,000 years. Tian Shun was stunned. What? Wu Yixing Jun continued. If I'm not mistaken, someone deliberately sealed your bloodline. Tian Shan's head throbbed, as if it would split open. This event didn't seem to exist in his original body's memories. Could it be that his previous self had inadvertently offended someone? Wu Yixing Jun handed him a piece of paper covered in writing. He commanded, follow this prescription and find the necessary ingredients. Then, I can help you refine the marrow cleansing pill, which will help you break the seal and begin cultivating. Following Wu Yixing Jun's instructions, in the back mountains of the floating Miao sect, Tian Shan was climbing mountains and fording streams, searching for medicinal herbs. Didn't he say these herbs were easy to find? I've been walking for so long, and I haven't even seen the shadow of a single herb. Suddenly, a rustling sound came from behind him, as if something was moving. A woman stumbled forward, clumsily tripping over a small pebble. And just like that, she fell right into the handsome Tian Shun. The two of them had a scene of physical contact no less dramatic than a Korean drama. Tian Shun, looking at the woman sprawled on top of him, furrowed his brows and said, "What are you doing?" The woman above him, who could be called a celestial fairy sister, solicitously asked, "Are you all right? Are you all right?" Oh dear. He suddenly felt that falling a few more times wouldn't be so bad. The woman helped him up. "Are you all right?" Within his mind, Wu Yixing Jun roared uselessly, "Don't be an idiot. Quickly look around. What is that?" Sure enough, surrounding them was a pack of hungry wolves. But looking closely, their appearance wasn't quite like wolves. A bit strange. These were Cloud Rock mountain cats, docile by nature and rarely taking the initiative to attack humans. But now the whole pack seemed intent on biting their heads off. "Sister, what did you do?" "I didn't do anything. I just placed some medicine near them, and they suddenly went crazy and attacked me. So there's something wrong with that medicine." He went over to inspect it and discovered with horror that it was. The crazed wolves suddenly lunged forward to bite. Careful. Tian Shan quickly held out some medicinal herbs in front of them. The frenzied cats instantly transformed into docile creatures, crowding around Tian Shan, licking and nuzzling, looking utterly adorable. It turned out they were enjoying catnip. Unexpectedly, this stuff also worked on mountain cats. In the woman's eyes, Tian Shun now appeared like an idol. Many thanks, young master, for saving this little girl's life. Having nothing to offer in return, please allow me to gift these medicinal herbs to you. Tian Shun, holding the pot of medicinal herbs, thought of his home and the children. This girl, compared to the harpies in the sect, was truly an angel. If only he could continue to meet her. Wu Jun was busy inspecting the pile of miraculous herbs. Little mortal, this time you've struck it rich. The ingredients needed for the marrow cleansing pill are all here. Now all that's missing is a D-rank wood elemental spirit core. Tian Shun, having gained something without any effort, said dejectedly, "Why is it so troublesome? If only someone would bring me a spirit core as a gift." Wu Jun felt despair towards this useless disciple. He said coldly, "Keep dreaming. Even a low-rank spirit core isn't as easy to find as these herbs. Unless you beg me." His words were barely finished when a cat dropped a wood elemental spirit core at his feet. Tian Shun picked up the spirit core, even holding it up to admire it. "So now I've gathered all the ingredients." That really didn't take any effort at all. His mouth hadn't even closed when a thief quickly snatched it away. The culprit was the mischievous monkey from over there, who's calling for a horse. Tian Shun hurriedly chased after it, looking like a fool. "You rotten monkey, stop right there." Tian Shun continued his pursuit, eventually being led to a courtyard. In a hot spring bath was Yunling Chong, bathing in the open air. Hearing the commotion, she cried out in alarm, "Who's there?" The little monkey hid in a corner, panting. Tian Shun lunged, intent on capturing the mischievous monkey. "I finally got you," he exclaimed, his voice filled with a mixture of triumph and exasperation. "Now, give me back that spirit core." The cunning monkey, startled by Tian Shun's sudden aggression, quickly flung the spirit core away. It landed, with an almost comical precision, directly onto Yun Ling Chang's discarded clothing. Tian Shun, completely oblivious to the potential implications of this unfortunate trajectory, had eyes only for the spirit core. He scrambled forward, rummaging through the pile of clothes in a frantic search. A sudden chill swept over him, raising the hairs on the back of his neck. He shivered involuntarily. "Why is it so cold back here?" he muttered, a sense of unease creeping into his voice. Standing directly behind him, her face a mask of icy fury, was Yun Ling Chong, ready to unleash her wrath upon the unsuspecting Tian Shun. Realizing the gravity of his accidental transgression, Tian Shun's face paled. "If I told you a monkey led me here," he stammered, his voice barely a whisper, "would you believe me?" Yun Ling Chang's entire being radiated a palpable aura of rage. "Damn it," she seethed. "Heavens!" Her voice, dripping with barely contained fury, cut through the air. "What do you think you're doing?" Tian Shun, acutely aware of his physical disadvantage against the powerful sect leader, could only plead. "Please, let me explain," he begged. "It's a misunderstanding, I swear. How many times am I going to be framed like this? Does the author have some kind of vendetta against me?" Just as the situation seemed utterly hopeless, the purple-haired woman from earlier rushed into the room. "Wait," she cried. "Oh, my destined one," she exclaimed, her eyes lighting up at the sight of Tian Shun. He stared back, surprised. "It's you." Stepping forward, the purple-haired woman bowed respectfully to Yun Ling Chong. "Sect leader," she said, her voice earnest, "I saw a monkey run out of this room just now. I implore you to reconsider." Yun Ling Chang's expression remained cold. "Why are you pleading on his behalf?" she demanded. The purple-haired woman quickly explained the earlier encounter. "I was gathering herbs when I was attacked. This young man risked his life to save me. I'm certain he wouldn't do something like this." It was a reasonable explanation, but Yun Ling Chong remained unconvinced. Regardless of the reason, she stated coldly, "There better not be a next time. Otherwise," her words trailed off as she brandished her sword menacingly, the blade coming perilously close to slicing off Tian Shun's eyebrow. Good heavens, women are terrifying, Tian Shun thought, his heart still pounding in his chest. Having vented her fury, Yun Ling Chong turned and stalked away. Tian Shun wiped the sweat from his brow, still shaken from the near-death experience. Suddenly, a soft hand reached out to him. The purple-haired woman smiled warmly. "Fancy meeting you here," she said. "My name is Tian Mi." Tian Shun grasped her hand, his face breaking into a relieved grin. "I'm Tian Shun," he replied. "Thank you so much for what you did back there." Tian Mi's easygoing nature shone through as she chuckled. "I was in such a hurry you earlier, she said, there's something I want to give you. She led him to a secluded spot behind the courtyard, which appeared to be at the edge of the floating Meow Sect's boundary, protected by a shimmering barrier. Tianmi channeled her spiritual energy into the barrier, causing a doorway to materialize. Taking Tian Shun's hand, she smiled. Let's go. Together, they stepped through the opening. Life is good, Tian Shun thought, a wide grin spreading across his face. On the other side of the barrier stood a small, charming cottage. Inside, the furnishings were simple yet cozy. This is where my mother and I used to live, Tianmi explained softly. After she passed away, the Grand Elder found me here and brought me to the sect. She walked over to a small wooden box and gently lifted the lid. This is something my mother kept hidden here, she continued. She said if I ever had a wish, I should open it. Looking at Tian Shun, she offered him a box. Now it belongs to you, she said. Though overjoyed, Tian Shun was still a little embarrassed. Such a precious item, why give it to me? Tianmi immediately pouted. Just take it. If you don't, I'll be angry. Who could refuse such a plea? Thank you, Tian Shun said, tears welling in his eyes. From childhood until now, this was the first time a girl had shown him such intimate kindness. Lost in this beautiful dream, he was so moved that Tianmi had to wave her hand to bring him back to reality. Hey, are you alright? What's wrong? It turned out Tian Shun was so touched he was crying. How pitiful. I'm Yufine. I think I just got some dust in my eye. Tianmi, ever kind, suggested he take a look around. You can look around. I'll go and tidy things up a bit. Truly, she was more angelic than Tian Shun himself. Wu Yixing appeared from behind him. Little deity, this is a good opportunity to leave the floating Meow Sect. Looking at the necklace in his hand, Tian Shun hesitated. But if I just leave like this, she'll be punished. Wu Yixing, with his worldly wisdom, teased, little deity, don't tell me you've fallen for her already. Tian Shun was about to retort when a commotion erupted outside. What do you think you're doing? Tianmi was grabbed by the hair by a man at the second level of chi condensation. He roared, I've been waiting for you for a long time. Tianxin saw everything from inside the cottage. He called out her name into the night. Tianmi. Without a second thought, Tian Shun rushed out. One-on-one. I have to save her. Wu Yixing stopped him. That man is at the second level of chi condensation. You haven't even reached the body-tempering realm yet. Rushing out there is suicide. Adrenaline surged through Tian Shun, overriding all reason. Then possess my body like last time. Wu Yixing interrupted. I told you, I expended too much spiritual energy last time and haven't fully recovered. Tian Shun felt the crushing weight of his own weakness. It's all because I'm too weak. I can't do anything. If only I could become stronger. Suddenly, the necklace in his hand began to glow. The necklace emitted a green, spiritual light. Wu Yixing immediately recognized it as something precious. Little deity, you're in luck. There's a top-grade wood elemental spirit core inside. The heavens are truly on your side. Tian Shun was instantly elated. Now I have all the ingredients. If I start body refining, I can save her. Wu Yixing suddenly tossed the necklace away. Why? Tian Shun couldn't understand the eccentric old man. Wu Yixing began to explain. Body refining is the key to opening the door to cultivation. This process is extremely important. You must maintain a completely calm state of mind. Otherwise, you could lose your mind, fall into the demonic path, and ultimately, your body will explode and you'll die. Tian Shun hadn't realized it was so serious. Wu Yixing asked, do you think your current state of mind is suitable? Tian Shun knew he wasn't ready. He looked towards Tianmi. Then what should I do? Am I just supposed to watch her die? That would be too cowardly. That old geezer Wu Yixing is even more cowardly than I thought. Just snatch the spirit core when no one's looking and run. Problem solved. Tian Shun couldn't stand it anymore. This is so unmanly. Master, what are you even saying? Wu Yixing, with his characteristically cold heart, advised, she's just someone you've recently met. Why bother? Wu Yixing has a point, a voice within Tian Shun seemed to say, but with your talent, it's such a waste. With the help of that master behind her, your future is guaranteed. Don't worry, there are plenty of women out there. Tian Shun scoffed, brushing off the internal voice. I can't believe I took someone like you as my master. He resolved to plunge into the sea of troubles. If you want to go, then go. I may be nothing, but I know gratitude. After all, Tianmi has treated you very well. It turned out to be a test by Wu Yixing. He chuckled, not bad. It seems I didn't misjudge you this time. Tian Shun's eyes burned with indignation. He'd been tricked. Were you testing me just now? Wu Yixing Jun, revealing a surprisingly warm heart, said confidently, "A master as skilled as I am. What if I ended up teaching an ungrateful disciple? That wouldn't do. But considering your current state, body refining is very dangerous. Have you thought this through?" It was time for Tian Shun to display his extraordinary abilities. "Master, let's begin." Without further ado, Wu Yixing Jun began to form hand seals, combining various medicinal ingredients. He then channeled them into Tian Shun's body. "Once our technique is complete, that little girl will be finished." Wu Yixing Jun continued, "Steady your mind. I'm purging the impurities from your body." Tian Shun felt as if his body was being torn apart. "No, the seal is activating." Wu Yixing Jun offered fervent encouragement from within. "Little godchild, persevere." "Master, my chest hurts. It feels like it's about to burst into flames." "Almost there. Keep going." Tian Shun's heart was bound by a chain of demonic energy. Wu Yixing Jun channeled more immortal energy, directing it straight at Tian Shun's chest. The chain finally shattered, restoring his heart to its complete form. Thunder suddenly boomed across the sky. A strange phenomenon appeared, resembling either a celestial dragon or a carp. Meanwhile, Tian Mi pleaded desperately, "Please, spare me." The man at the second level of chi condensation drew his sickle, preparing to strike her down. "You damn girl. You never thought this day would come, did you?" He swung the sickle, intending to finish her off. "I'll chop you into pieces." Suddenly, a powerful hand seized him. Tian Shun now stood in a different place, having reached the first level of chi condensation. "Let her go." The second-level cultivator wrenched himself free, cursing, "Just a measly first-level chi condensation brat. You won't die." He leaped forward, aiming to teach Tian Shun a lesson with his iron fist. Tian Shun was sent flying into a durian tree. Though he offered resistance, it was negligible. The second-level cultivator pointed at Tian Shun. "Beg for mercy now, and you might still live." Tian Shun wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth, a contemptuous smirk playing on his lips. "Is that all you've got?" Though his mouth throbbed, a thrill coursed through him. His body, surging with newfound power, felt strange and unfamiliar. He caught a glimpse of amber eyes flashing before him. In less than a second, they vanished. Tian Shun activated his instantaneous movement technique, appearing behind his opponent in a surprise attack. He unleashed a furious barrage of 108 heaven-crushing fists. The second-level chi condensation cultivator stared at Tian Shun, frail as a dry twig. He thought, bewildered, how is this possible? His cultivation is clearly lower than mine. Exhilaration surged through Tian Shun. He didn't want to stop, fueled by the rush of power. "I'm not afraid of you anymore," he taunted. "Just you wait and see." Panic seized the second-level cultivator. He fled, abandoning even his shoes in his desperate escape. Tian Mi, huddled in a corner, trembled with fear. Tian Shun reached out a comforting hand. "Are you all right?" he asked gently. She clung to him, her body weak and trembling, finding solace in his embrace. Tian Shun froze, a strange flutter of emotion, like a love-struck youth, stirring within him. Just then, a thin, frail young man approached from behind. He had witnessed the entire scene unfold. Overwhelmed by shock or exhaustion, he collapsed unconscious. Tian Mi and Tian Shun carried him into a nearby cave to rest. As Tian Shun watched Tian Mi tend to the unconscious man, a bitter concoction of emotions churned within him. She seemed to know the man well. Could this be her boyfriend? The thought stung. Sensing Tian Shun's accusing gaze, Tian Mi quickly explained, "Please don't misunderstand. He's just a patient of mine. It happened like this. I was gathering herbs one day when I came across this young man being beaten by bandits. I tried to help him, but they captured me instead. They almost cooked me alive. Luckily, the sect leader arrived just in time and saved me from the bandits. But the young man was unconscious. I begged the sect leader to let me bring him back to treat his injuries, but she refused. A wave of sadness washed over Tian Mi. So, I had to secretly bring him here. Unfortunately, my medical skills aren't very good. He hasn't recovered yet, and he seems to resent me for some reason." Drawing on his knowledge from the modern world, Tian Shun said, "I see. It seems he might be suffering from some kind of trauma after that attack." Tian Mi moved closer to Tian Shun, her voice soft and pleading. "Could you please not tell anyone about this?